let's talk about New Year's. Did you make a New Year's resolution? Most people resolve to, lose weight, maybe get up earlier, read more books. Others, though, have different kinds of dreams, like Macquarie University academic Dr. Abdul Fattah. Her New Year's resolution, posted on Twitter, went like this: May 2025 be the end of Israel. Now, I'm not sure the 7.2 million Jews living in Israel would share her hopes, but that's the beauty of diversity, right? Dr. Abdul Fattah was a judging panel chair for last year's Multicultural New South Wales Award. Say it with me: diversity is our strength. Dr. Abdul Fattah was so excited about her 2025 resolution for the destruction of Israel, she couldn't even wait until today to post it. The tweet was fired off the day after Christmas. Peace and goodwill toward all men evidently doesn't go that far. But there was more. Dr. Abdul Fattah wrote, quote, "May it be the end of the US-Israeli imperial scourge on humanity." Right, so what did you hope for in the year ahead? Well, I hoped for good health, love, prosperity, the end of the Israeli imperialist scourge on humanity, the usual kind of stuff. But the imperialist scourge of humanity was, for the doctor, just a warm-up act. The university academic really hit her stride with the next line, quote, "May we see the abolishment of the death cult of Zionism and the end of US empire, and finally a world where the slaughter, annihilation and torture of Palestinians is no longer daily routine." Now, I have to say it's at this point that, as a parent whose child attends Macquarie University, you start to wonder if maybe you should have directed your son more towards doing a trade instead. And you have to wonder, does Macquarie University have any Jewish students? Universities are always banging on about creating safe spaces, aren't they? How is Macquarie University a safe space for Jewish kids when you've got prominent academics calling for their homeland to be destroyed? But the university academic wasn't done. She continued, quote, "And to achieve that is to snowball collective liberation because the tentacles of Western imperialism oppress and dehumanize us all." Ah, yes, the tentacles of Western imperialism. Those tentacles provided the good doctor with a taxpayer-funded research grant of $870,000, which she didn't hesitate to receive, I might add. I'm trying to get my head around the kind of oppression that sees you given almost $1 million of other people's money so you can complain about how oppressed you are. Thoughts and prayers. Dr. Abdul Fattah concluded her New Year's resolution with this: "May every baby slaughtered in Zionism's genocide haunt you who openly support or acquiesce through your gutless silence." Now, call me gutless, call me boring. I just kind of think the hostages should be released. Anyway, you might have imagined Dr. Abdul Fattah would be feeling a little reticent about spewing that kind of anti-Israel bile. She's already been investigated by her employer after being involved in a kids' excursion to the anti-Israel encampment at Sydney University earlier this year, an excursion where children led each other in chants for an intifada against Israel. And the coalition raised the matter of her generous taxpayer-funded grant in a recent Senate estimates hearing, suggesting maybe it should be clawed back. But as the academic's New Year's tweet demonstrates, those who rile against Israel have no fear of reprisals. They know that neither university vice-chancellors nor government ministers could give two stuffs about the anti-Israel comments, no matter how much they might tut-tut it publicly. The irony is that Dr. Abdul Fattah is a woman whose research specialty is Islamophobia. So while publicly wishing for Israel to be destroyed, she ponders reasons why people might have, concerns about Islam. Well, I can't imagine. Macquarie University issued a statement saying, and I quote, "The university is aware of comments made on social media by a member of its staff that may have caused concern and distress among some members of the community." The statement went on to say that the university had policies and procedures in place to balance its commitments both to providing a safe and welcoming environment for all and to lawfully free speech and academic freedom. Don't you love policies and procedures and balancing the safety of students with academic freedom? I would submit that if you're having to balance the safety of students with, other considerations, you're not that committed to the safety of students. Now, this is not the first time that Abdul Fattah has come under fire for her anti-Israel activity. In November, the New South Wales Police Force posted on social media saying they would not tolerate Hezbollah flags at anti-Israel protests. But while you and I saw a post from police warning people, don't promote terrorism, well, the Macquarie University academic, she saw something else. Dr. Abdul Fattah commented, and I quote, "Brought to you in the colours of Israel's flag," seeming to insinuate that the Australian police force was now acting on behalf of Israel. Now, it's true, blue and white are the colours of the Israeli flag, but they're also the colours of Argentina, Greece, Finland, El Salvador, and the North Melbourne Football Club. Oh, and they're also the colours of the New South Wales Police. Who knew? What kind of madness exists when New South Wales Police can't even warn against supporting terrorism without university academics seeing some kind of conspiracy? But Dr. Abdul Fattah is not the real problem here. The real problem is Macquarie University. What kind of academic institution continually hides behind policies and procedures when assessing rhetoric like this from a staff member charged with educating young minds? What kind of academic institution vacillates trying to find the right balance between the welfare of its Jewish students and a staff member's desire to call for the abolition of the world's only Jewish homeland? That a Macquarie academic can publicly wish for the end of Israel and the university's vice-chancellor has to go scurrying away to find his policies and procedures manual in order to know what to do about it tells you all you need to know about our tertiary institutions. They're places you'd think twice about sending your kids, and if you're Jewish, well, you'd give Macquarie University a very wide berth in 2025, wouldn't you? Now, for me, writing to the Vice-Chancellor at Macquarie University wasn't on my New Year's resolution list, but it is now. I get that different people can have different views on the Gaza conflict and the way in which it's being conducted, but staff at the institution where my son is being educated to openly call for the erasure of Israel, well, that's more than a disagreement over politics. It crosses a line. As a parent, you don't spend 18 years pouring your heart and soul into your kids, trying to raise them right, only to then send them off to university so that academics can fill their minds with hate. While Dr. Abdul Fattah can wish for the end of Israel in 2025 if she wishes, well, many parents like myself will wish for Macquarie University to explain why we should continue to send our kids there in 2025.